All right, fellas, we're going back through this card. UFC Fight Night Vegas at the Meta Apex this past Saturday. It was pretty lackluster. Really wasn't much going on, honestly. It was the most decisions in UFC history with 11, tied for the most, I believe. There was a ton of underdogs. I knew it going in, man. I said to my friends, I said, this is the underdog card, and the underdog boys got it done. Like, we had plenty. We made money. There was a lot of tight lines that I knew kind of leaned to the underdog. Don't know why. I just had a gut feeling on this kind of stuff. So I was able to make some money. We're going to go through the results here. Quite honestly, pretty forgettable first fight. Pilastri just didn't look good enough, and Alan Carr was able to beat her. Not much needs to be said. Same for this one. Not really much that needs to be said. They went back and forth a few times. Not too entertaining of a fight, but I wasn't absolutely put to sleep. Valenzuela is another one I'm going to forget until he pops up and randomly in another Apex card in the future. Now, Francis Marshall gets the win. Another decision, a minus 500 favorite, and he looked like it. Brennan, man, had some good grappling exchanges, but holy shit, he looked awful on the feet. He's doing this like this weird ducking thing, and then would just get clapped by a right every time. And Marshall refused to go in for the finish and to stay on the feet. I mean, he would be on the ground pushing him up against the cage, and you could have just stood up and just clocked him a few more times and gotten the win over that. So Marshall, I mean, good win. Obviously dominated, but he was a minus 500 favorite, so he was supposed to do that, but he got the win. That's fine. Now, Jafel Filho, Cody Durden. This was the first underdog boys that hit this night, and plus 450 is fucking huge, dude. Durden looking like peak against Filho. Filho, it was a good back and forth, but I mean, man, Durden won all three. I think this was a 30-27. Filho looking not good, dude. I don't know. I mean, not that he didn't look good. It was a fun fight. It was a great fight, but to be a minus 700 favorite and go out there and arguably lose all three rounds, I think was pretty sad. But underdog boys first leg nailed that one. Michelle Montague, I didn't bet on that, but I should have. Michelle Montague takes out Mayra Bueno Silva by unanimous decision. This one was a fun one too. Again, for a women's fight, I wasn't too upset, but pretty forgettable in the end. Michelle Montague, she could go on to do good things, but she's got to fix her striking. I mean, she dominated, but yeah, she's just got to fix her striking. But how they didn't call the 10-8 first round, I don't understand. And we did get a couple 10-8s from the Aljo fight, but that's okay. Jackson McVeigh with the performance of the night. Wow. Now the line shifted before this fight. McVeigh became a little bit a heavier favorite. I called a draw, but I'm never going to believe that any fight that Dumas is in is not rigged. Dumas is probably telling people to bet on him, getting finished in the first round. I don't know what, dude. I don't trust this fucking guy. I hate that he still has a platform in the UFC. I want him gone, especially after this shit. Jackson McVeigh 0-2 and was able to just dummy him in the first round. So get rid of Dumas. I'm done with you. McVeigh, good win. Stay in the promotion, I guess. Next up, we got Rodolfo Vieira versus Eric McConaughey. McConaughey gets it done, dude. Plus 255. That is not insignificant. Another one for the underdog boys. I knew this one going in, though. This was kind of a layup of an underdog, dude. Plus 255 is crazy. McConaughey looked pretty good against Sursakayev. Sursakayev's high level, but he still looked good. He had his moments. They went to a decision. So Vieira looked okay in the beginning, fucking smashed him, and he was able to pop back out of that and keep going. So that concludes the prelims. Underdog boys take another one. And then we go again, another one, dude. Ryan Spann, one of the only finishes of the night, absolutely sent Buchecha flying, dude. I'm also done with these BJJ guys, bro. I'm tired of them. They don't do anything. There's a handful that do hunt for submissions, but for the most part, they're just as bad as the Dagestanis. They just will go for weak takedown attempts and just lay at your feet and just kind of curl up. So Ryan Spann, that's one for the boys. The underdog boys take it again. And I was very satisfied when he sent Buchecha flying. I think Buchecha's on his way out. Obviously, he's at the end of his career in terms of combat sports as a whole. Time to hang him up too, man. I mean, it's Ryan Spann. He's looking good at heavyweight, but let's just get this guy out of here. Let's really tighten this shit up. Next up, we got Johnny Barcelos, Montel Jackson. Another one for the underdog boys, man. Johnny Barcelos with a crafty veteran win. Talked about crafty veterans tonight. Here we go. But Johnny Barcelos, another one that we called getting the decision win. This one could have been Montel Jackson's, honestly. I'm not going to bother myself by rewatching the fight. I just really am not going to do that. But Johnny Barcelos manages to get it done. I thought when I was watching the fight that he did win the decision. I had money on him, so I could have been biased, but that's what I thought was the right decision. And he gets it done against Montel Jackson, bro. Give Barcelos a ranking. Let him take a run at it. Next up, Davey Grant. This was pretty much a pick-em, so I'm not going to count it for the underdog boys. But in hindsight, after picking Luna Martinetti, I watched the first 30 seconds. I'm like, ah, shit. Yeah, what was I thinking, bro? Davey Grant's too much too soon. Martinetti coming off that Vologden Contender Series fight where they both just had kind of pillow hands. They were cutting each other up with more the gloves than anything else. Crazy durability. I mean, he survived some crazy shots, but that was a stupid pick in hindsight. So, fight of the night, I can see that. Davey Grant looking peak, man. Keep bringing him back. If he's going to keep looking like that, I'd like to see more Davey Grant. Moving right along, we got Hernandez getting dog walked by Rafa Garcia for 3 rounds straight. Not much to say about this one. Another pick'em, so I wouldn't really count this one as an underdog. I guess it was an underdog, but again, it was more of a pick'em. But man, I thought Hernandez had more in him. That was crazy. He was getting backed up the whole time. He was getting advice saying like, stay in the center, just stay and take it and bang. But I guess he's been cracked before, so there is a bit of hesitation. But Rafa Garcia gets it. Next up, we got Norma Dumont, Jocelyn Edwards. What the hell was Norma Dumont raising her hands for, bro? At the end, she was like completely shocked that she had lost the decision when that was a clear one, man. Jocelyn Edwards, I think, did enough to get all 3 rounds. Norma Dumont is used to getting handed these decisions, I guess, but not tonight. Jocelyn Edwards takes her spot at number 3. Pretty crazy, but women's bantamweight is shallow, to say the least, so don't really care what happens in that division. Good win for Edwards. Moving on to the main event. Aljamain Sterling, again, absolutely dog walks Yusuf Zalal. Zalal took 1 round off of him. But man, we got a couple just brutalizing 10-8s, dude. Sterling looking peak. He said that he was ready to retire if he lost this fight. So I'm very happy that he didn't. I wouldn't consider myself an Aljamain Sterling fan. I don't think he's too likable. But when you put a guy like Yusuf Zalal across from you, of course I'm going to root for Sterling. I cannot stand Zalal, and I was happy to see him get humbled for once. He still tried to run away. He still tried to do his thing. But look at these strikes, man. 220 to 61. Even when Zalal took his back for, I forget what round, maybe the 3rd or 4th, he was doing nothing with it. He was making no attempt to strike. He wasn't doing anything to cause actual damage. I don't think he was hunting submissions. He maybe had Aljo in something that was Aljo was giving the thumbs up and smiling. I mean, this was just a domination. Aljo proven to be, once again, too much too soon. We knew this was all facing Emmett. Emmett's nowhere close to Sterling, but I don't know, man. I said before that I needed a finish from Aljo to, prove to me anything about the title contention, but that was a good showing. I'm happy to see that out of Aljo, but damn, I wish he would just finish one of these fights, man. He had a really good squeeze on Zalal towards the end. Just wasn't able to finish it because he had an arm through, but, it was okay. I didn't hate my life during this card. But, man, 11 decisions is brutal. We got to get some more finishes. We knew this one wasn't going to be, anything crazy. It's poverty, but next week we'll see. I got a 4 a.m. wake-up time. Depending on how my Friday night goes, that'll either happen or I just might sleep right through it. So we'll see, but I'll be making a video this week. I'm excited for it. I'll see you guys in the next one.